Hi everyone. So for my project, I am looking at queer fashion, specifically the different meanings queer fashion could take on for different people within the community. I chose to look at queer fashion because I have a personal tendency whenever I'm doing any kind of research or paper in my WGS or poli-sci classes to focus on the more negative experiences of historically marginalized groups based off of the social and systematic oppressions that they do face. And while these are absolutely valid experiences and deserve and should be talked about, I think there are also a lot of positive aspects of these communities that are just as deserving of being talked about. So I wanted to focus on something that was more reflective of the culture that the queer community has created, which is incredibly diverse and fun and colorful and really thrives off the ability to express one's truest form of themselves. So for this, I am going to be carrying out many photo shoots and many interviews with queer identifying individuals. I'm going to ask that they come dressed in what they feel most empowered in and what they feel best reflects what queer fashion means to them. And I'm going to then, after taking the photos of them in their outfits, ask them why they chose this outfit, what about it makes them feel empowered, what queer fashion has meant for them throughout their lifetime, because yes, there are a lot of ways in which queer fashion has served as a form of liberation and a form of freedom of expression for a lot of individuals. However, there are just as many ways that fashion has served as a further form of restriction and repression for a lot of people, specifically trans and non-binary people, because as we know, as a society, we have a tendency to police the outward appearance of individuals based off what we assume their identity to be. However, one's outward appearance is not always an accurate reflection of who they feel they are within themselves and how they truly wish to express themselves. So through this, I'm hoping to learn not only the ways that queer fashion has served to further liberate individuals, but also the ways that it has at times further restricted them, and really look at the ways that clothing, as simple as it may be, can be a huge tool of liberation or oppression. So for this, a lot of the people I had planned to interview and take photos of were people living in Boston at the same time that I was. However, now that we have all been sent home, it might be a little bit more difficult for me to reach out to those people and find a way to meet with them. I will probably have people send me in pictures of them in their clothing if they cannot physically meet with me one-on-one, so we could take the pictures and then have some kind of FaceTime or Skype session where I can interview them about their pictures and ask them again why this was their clothing of choice and what this outfit means for them and their identity as a queer identifying individual. It will definitely be a little bit of a process to figure this out now that I am home and cannot physically meet with a lot of people in person, but it will not be impossible, and I think that I will be able to find just as many people here home in Connecticut as I could have in Boston, and I hope that either way I will still be able to meet with people and interview them and take pictures of them in their really fabulous and expressive and fun outfits. If anybody would like to participate in this and would like to be part of the photo shoot and interviews, please let me know. The more the merrier. You are all welcome. But yes, that is my project. So if anybody has any feedback or suggestions as to how I can get this done, specifically suggestions about cameras and taking pictures, because I am not very camera or tech savvy, so any feedback would be helpful. Thank you so much. That is my project.